Endless.
That's a whole
Wait.
4 minutes.
Oh my god, we didn't
Holy
ramble?
Guys, we need to delay for 4 more minutes.
The Devourer's Crossbow.
Hi.
The Dimensional Bonnet.
Hello.
The Dragon Breeder's Charm.
Hello.
The Spirit Keeper's Reliquim. The Wraith Stalker's Gauntlets.
Hello.
And the Inheritor's Vestment.
Hi, present.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, everyone.
Also, what is the name of your new lance?
That's fair. I haven't actually revealed what the name of that was. The Herald of Lost Heroes.
Hmm.
Well, welcome back, everyone. The group made it back. Had a discussion. But overall, we succeeded in our goals before, and then had a 1 month of going our own ways and spending time as we are. Now, there's a few individual points to cover. Some interlude times. Some things may or may not have happened. Now,
Wait, we spent a month in that downtime?
Yes.
that was what the original said.
That's longer than I thought it was.
It was said several times.
Yes. That people will have a month to just to recharge and get things in order again, or try to.
Okay, well then, Dark, it's probably fair to say Amaya and Theona have been on more dates than has been stated previously.
I mean, I think that was just expected at times.
And because it is reasonable, you probably got spied on a few times.
Now, I'm going to quickly go around, and if anyone has anything that's like, does anyone here have any big descriptional changes that they need to mention? I know Shiva certainly does. Well, for Hestia, more notably, though.
I know. Does anyone else have anything?
No.
Nope.
Other than the rampant, near battle-like conditions that occasionally happen off in the forest during nights and dusks and dawns, not really. Where brilliant flashes of white, green, and gold light goes off with Hazel currently being trained with Aspen and Cadme. It's very enthusiastic.
It's fine playing tag or something.
Yeah. And you probably people, if you ever go on the wall to go, what the hell is that? You probably get struck by like this massive gout of light. It doesn't hurt at all, though. It's weird. It's like, I feel like I just got stood out in the light in the sun for like 30 seconds.
Oh, I guess one thing, you guys will be noticing an extra cat walking around sometimes.
Oh, gee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, don't get too comfortable. It's Adeline.
I suppose then. So Shiva's going to return from Sigil after a time.
First, I have a quick inquiry for you, Dark.
Okay.
I know that our base is how we train for our armors, but for the sake of the fact that I went to Sigil, would you be okay if I flavored it as adjusting Hestia and Sigil instead?
I mean, you could do training elsewhere. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And how much would that cost? I'll just do it now and get out of the way.
What, to do the training?
Yes.
Yeah, because you could have done that without problem to at least get light proficiency on her.
Yes.
Not much actually. Just 100 gold in this case.
Okay. That's out of the way. That's one of many.
But yeah, why don't you describe what the others see upon your return? Large portion into the downtime.
Kaur should be the first one to see since he's been spending a lot of time outside. Shiva partially feels like it'd be a struggle to get Hestia inside, admittedly. So I'm gonna drag them over here for the sake of that.
I mean, she can get inside, but
yeah, but she's fairly large now. She's concerned.
Yeah, you do have to keep in mind that this is the size she needs for fighting. Like her actual physical size is probably more like that. So it's like,
yeah,
more reasonable.
basically at the time that around 2 to 3 weeks into downtime, Shiva comes back from Sigil and is riding Hestia, and Hestia has effectively there's a lot of math behind how much she's gone up in size, but aside from the fact of growing larger as a whole, she just looks more regal. Something dramatically changed about her. She no longer has wings. She instead, for lack of a better way to put it, has coral reefs on her back. It doesn't look like they'd be very good for flying. In an emergency, she could probably make them work. As well as she has more like wave-like fins on her, as well as lacking proper claw-like limbs, and instead has fins. She has a very similar aquatic dinosaur appearance, I would say. Her eyes are still closer to a red hue. You can definitely tell it's Hestia. That hasn't changed. Something just dramatically happened to her. Furthermore than that, since she's a little unstable in her magic, since she's getting used to it, she leaves a bit of a faint ice dusting when she walks.
So what you're saying is we need her to walk in front of Reese so he can use the boots properly.
Yes.
Brilliant. Congratulations, Hestia. You've been upgraded to a Zamboni.
I mean, she does have this for the sake of it. Because I like the thematic of her having it.
Hey.
Yeah.
I suggested it.
Yes.
Rose liked it.
Awesome. I love it.
The group also. Who do you think in the group, given we don't have a steward here now, would be the most likely to be doing? Like the books, the accounting?
Shiva.
Probably Shiva.
Probably Amaya while Shiva's gone.
Okay. Amaya, in that case, you have come to some conclusions. Checking like the bills for like while you guys weren't here, for example. And the expenses you end up paying while you were over there, and like missed expense on like tavern fees and stuff. Combined with employee costs, maintenance costs for the base, etc., etc., etc. There's a bunch of this stuff. You've managed to add up the bill you have from your previous adventure left from like the employee cost. Because remember, time was ticking for the employees while you weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
More other things.
Oh, that's not as bad as I was expecting.
Except
651.6 gold pieces you owe.
Bad
That's
enough.
not horrible.
oh wait, that's not per. Okay.
No, that's total.
All right, I was definitely ready to go pay that full price. I thought it was per. 93
And
per.
don't
Okay.
that just divide nicely?
That's pretty. Good job.
Is there anyone who can't afford it?
I mean, we just literally gave out money. Everyone can literally afford it.
I
We
know, but I know
haven't, we
people have
haven't done
plans.
downtime shopping yet. I feel like this is more important.
It's fair.
I mean,
It's
you can,
just in case anyone has
choose.
plans.
You can choose not to pay the maintenance on your base, but it may have got.
Let's pay it.
Yeah, I've paid mine.
Alright, I'm paid.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Oh, you'll have a lot more money than I thought you did.
Yeah. I have to save up for things. I think everyone here has to save up for things, really.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I need to start saving up for a headband of intelligence, but there is something I need to do first.
I
No,
need a belt of
Speaking
dex.
of, when are we handling downtime situations? Because I'm about to lose a lot of money.
In just a moment. Let's see, that's covered. As it turns out, there was also a goblin attack on the base while you guys weren't here.
Oh god damn it.
Oh dear.
How
How'd it
did they
go?
handle?
That's a good question. How did it handle? Let's see, you had none of the NPCs here. You did have the
That's-
archers. And the archers had the defenses.
The birds were keeping an eye out for us.
No, because Lucas wasn't here to talk to them.
They can still keep an eye out and squawk.
But they can't. Like, it's hard for them. Like, they just squawk anyway. The guards can't tell the difference.
They can make it very obvious.
Plus, the birds have low attention spans. Or almost the animals do.
Becky.
Yep.
So,
Becky. You want some fuck?
Fascinating.
Who wants to roll for the base?
I'll do it.
Trina.
Sure, Tinder. You always roll the most.
Tinder and then J-Mac. Take turns.
No, I don't want to.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
vote
happy.
Big B because Big B is the archer.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Sure.
Roll as a d20 plus 6.
I never get to roll
I'm
anything.
scared. You get to roll things all the time.
21.
Beauty.
The attack is repelled flawlessly. There are 0 casualties, no damage, and you've managed to loot some goblin equipment.
Oh, wonderful.
Cool. I say we sell the goblin equipment. And
Let's
just
hear
give
what the
money to
equipment
guards as
is
a bonus.
first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very good equipment.
It's probably nothing of note. Yeah.
Probably not, but let's just hear it first.
It's a combination of goblin made short bows, goblin made short bows, small size leather armor, a few severed heads.
Hey, Cadme, there's armor for you.
Yay.
All in all, though, it's not very good quality. It's pretty ratty and pretty smelly.
Yep, I'm fine
It
with
can be
selling
sold
it
for
then.
51. It can be sold for 51 gold, though.
Yeah, I say we just sell it and give it to the guards as a bonus.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Perfect. Fine.
Okay. Now we can get on to downtime.
I suppose I should go first.
So everyone has 2 actions that can be spent, as usual, as the normal requirement is, in different ways. Though, admittedly, what these actions represent have been slightly stretched out because there is more time. So training, you can get more training into one action in a sense. So, but sure, we already discussed what you wanted to do, Torin.
Mhm.
You first wanted to personally train Fiona separately,
Yep.
Oh my.
and you wanted to bring her up to being second level.
Yeah, second level expert, which I don't know if training her up to an NPC level is cheaper than an adventurer level.
No, it's not.
Damn. That's fine. She needed basically she needed more skill points.
This will mean you'll have to pay 300 gold pieces times her new level.
Yep.
So 600 gold on training.
That's why I haven't trained anyone yet.
You're too busy buying slaves.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically, I'm getting us people rather than training them. Quantity over quality.
And other than that, you were trading skill points.
Yeah, I was retraining a whole mess of skill points.
Okay. And that's fine. You can do that. It just means a lot of your time here is spent in a montage of training.
Gonna need a montage.
Also falling over because you were trying to dance.
Yep.
Cadme can
Yeah.
teach you how to dance.
Reese has been giving lessons throughout this time.
Cadme is good at dance.
Derek,
Not
question.
the kind of dance I need.
I know many.
Yes,
types of
Rose?
dance.
Has Team B leveled up at all?
The B team has leveled up, though I haven't finished adjusting all their sheets yet, but they're all of B team is at least second level now.
Okay. I was considering training, but because of that, I don't
all
think
of-
I want to do that.
Yeah, all of B team is at least second level. Leo is third level still. Keith is now third level.
Boy.
I haven't leveled up their character sheets yet, but they have leveled.
Oh, Leo is third level. Actually,
Yep.
in that case,
Leo's been third level this whole time. He's just though he's been XP capped until this point because of he has to stay a certain number of levels behind you guys.
okay.
But now he can level up one more time now to level 4 if he gets enough experience or training.
Mm,
But he can be brought to 4th level now. The others can be brought up to 3rd level or 4th level respectively.
let me check something.
actually better than Reese's dance, technically speaking.
Oh, that was me with channeling one of the spirits.
You channeled a dancer.
If I want to be helping people train in dancing, I would be channeling a dancer spirit.
Rose, if you really wanted to train like something, you could try train the servants up.
That's
I don't
true.
know if that's more expensive or not.
The servants right now are complete amateurs. They have no idea what they're doing. Let me check though.
If I just train all of them as a general statement, how much does it cost?
To train them up,
I'll chip in for that.
to train them from being general amateurs up to being something useful. I can check.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll be honest, part of it was something I'm more okay with because offering something like having a noble child eventually come here and have a bunch of or amateur servants might also be a bad thing in itself.
True.
I don't think Aaron would be a rude person per se, but still.
yeah, the
Also, it helps that we
trainer
live
team
here.
action doesn't actually list how much it would take.
No, but that's because the cost was originally calculated differently.
Ah, right.
If it's a lot, I also don't mind
Un-
chipping in.
Unfortunately for me, I think
It- It will cost 300 gold pieces to bring them up to being standard level servants.
Oh, that's
So,
fine. I'll do that.
This will also raise their weekly wage up.
If
by a
you guys
bit.
are okay with that.
Yes, raise their
Yeah.
weekly rage.
Despite their rage.
You made it dirty!
And besides, Shiva's a noble. I figured she would want to do this anyway.
Yeah, that will cost 10 gold pieces more per week to maintain after this.
Okay,
That's fine.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Also, getting Hestia armor would cost 240, so I'm probably gonna do that as well.
Okay.
It's not
Well-
horrible, like I said.
Well, buying. Actually, you were in Sigil, so you could have bought armor for her if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's why more what I'm thinking.
Otherwise, you'd want to probably get a custom maker for it. So. 'Cause-
Thankfully, there's a leather armor that only costs 60.
There we go. I've updated the amateur servants. They're now set to. They're not complete amateurs. Well, I just removed the title amateur. There you go. Now they're just servants.
Now 30 gold a week.
Mm-hmm. And your salary costs are now at 97.9 gold a week. Though Evelyn's no longer on here, so I have to remove 14 gold a week now.
Mhm.
As well as, well, Kastner, we didn't
No,
pay.
that's never cost anything. But
Yeah.
So actually, it's kind of cheaper now.
it's technically gone down by 4 gold in total per week.
Technically.
Yeah, but I'd
But
still
now we
rather
need to
have
go
Evelyn
actually-
here.
Yeah. Now we need to actually get up a stewardess.
I mean, we could just train Theona.
I was
I
going to
mean-
ask if Lily had any skills in stewardship or anything.
Nope.
Stewardship is a really broad thing because you need to be good at a bunch of different skills for it. It's a very generalist role.
All right, that's fair.
And with
Yeah.
Theona basically being a head servant, she'd
I
probably
mean-
be our best bet of training up a new
Yeah.
steward.
Fiona
hire
right,
an
Fiona right now would be better served becoming actually the role of head steward, which can be a specific role on its own. Though
Head-
she could certainly be trained into steward in theory.
Let's just leave her as head servant, and then
For now, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
and we'll hire an actual steward.
she does have a few skill points unspoken for because I only demanded like 3 of her skill points.
Yeah,
God, you're such a
steward-
demanding girlfriend.
Yeah, being a steward requires a rather large prolifer of skill points from engineering into bookkeeping
Yeah.
to some diplomacy skills.
Basically, we need our steward to be Reese.
mean-
Yes.
Bardic characters in general actually make very good stewards. So any skill-based class like a rogue can also do it very well.
Yeah, I'll do it, sure. Let's see
Or an
what can go wrong.
You're not a rogue. You're a ninja.
Still skill-based character.
Hestia can do it. Let me fix her skill points real quick.
I mean, that means you'd have to stay here and be maintaining the base.
I know.
It would be a bit of a novelty act to draw people into our keep. You know, come see the draconic steward.
But yeah, so that's JMac.
Well,
Since you already have an idea what you're wanting to do for yours, it's pretty
yes,
simple.
one was Lily.
Yep, you
J-Mac
brought
wants to
in
do
this
Lily.
girl. You brought in this girl called Lily and trained her to become a first.
Yes, well, we are away, and as evidently seen by the goblin attack, it doesn't hurt to have someone who can perhaps act as a healer for the archers. And
Which
in
m-
addition, she's a little bit trained in alchemy and other things.
Which means I'll now add a new specialist on because we now have Lily as a.
She has basically the basic things for detecting diseases and for staving them off for a little while as well. So hopefully it will stop this from becoming a plague fort.
But that's the best kind.
I'd rather not.
She is combat viable.
Yes,
for
I've
purposes.
offered her danger pay.
Okay. So I'll add that into the because that just gets added in if they become viable.
Do we want to turn up the archers at all? Sorry, Dark.
That's one second. I just need to go check what Lily's take 10 on her highest, well, her most appropriate craft or profession would be, which would probably be alchemy in this case.
Yeah. Fucking brewing hex, OP.
What happened to that lady we brought back to life?
She has went away to go to visit her old coven and see about not having to shell me with the like bajillion money cost of resurrecting her familiar. For witches, it's 500 gold per level.
Oh
Yes,
my god!
yes it
Yeah.
is.
The difference is we could summon them back in 8 hours, I think it is.
Do you keep the spell list that you had?
Nope.
You keep a fraction of the
Oh.
spell list.
Fuck. Okay.
That's bad.
You keep what you'd get from levels, which is why I desperately never want Coral to die.
Speaking of, over the downtime, do you actually tell Amaya or Airlease what happened?
No, of course not.
Nope.
Astufa has dealt with her guilt by giving you the money to get her lease back. And that's as far as she goes.
You know what J-Mac's like. He never tells anyone anything.
Do you talk to Shiva at all about it? Just general.
No, this is going to grave.
No, not the
Do you mean
lady.
about the...
The dragon. The new dragon you have.
Oh, right. No, Coral will probably introduce himself and be kind of snide to Hestia, like, oh look, the little girl has grown up. Then kind of noom away before she can catch him.
Scurry's into some little hole.
One-shot him easily in a full round attack.
But yeah, but he can fly. So she currently can't, so he has a bit of safety.
She can fly if she panics hard enough, aka she channels the amulet.
Okay, but that's like a magical thing, but he could just kind
Yeah.
of fly in general.
I know.
Yeah. I like the first thing that Coral ever said to Hestia when in the new form was, "Oh, I guess you grew up."
Carl's just, as has been said in the chat, he's just been very snide with people being like, I've had to listen to you for a good few months with no input. I'd rather not hear much more.
To be fair, Kelvis found out about Hestia like during the downtime before this session, and like the first thing she said to Shiva was something about
Upgrading.
trading Hestia in for the latest model.
Also, by some convenient mathematics, it looks like Lily's pay is the exact same as Lucas's pay.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's
Nice.
she's actually pretty cheap. I expect her to be more. I'm sorry. It's only
when saying these things,
You
you
don't-
do have to remember the group you're playing with.
You don't just call someone cheap.
And you can.
Also, J-Mac, this is what I meant by someone learning sign language from you. This is
Fair enough.
Hestia's list of languages.
How does she do sign language? She's got like floppy arms.
It's
Very difficultly.
awkward.
And I still know languages that she doesn't. Huzzah!
I mean, he
Yeah,
has
so-
less languages than me, so.
Yeah, the one admittedly one thing that's probably though keep in mind though while their pay is exactly the same between Lucas and Lily. Lucas is second level, Lily's first level.
Oh, okay.
So her pay's gonna get higher as she's leveled up. Yeah, she's a first level novice right now, but she has magic and healing.
Yep, she has a healing hex, which means unlimited healing once per person.
Hooray.
Dark. If possible, could we hash out a minor thing regarding my item later?
I mean later, yes.
Okay.
if it's just a rules question, that's fine. But if it's something else, then it's going to take longer.
It's something regarding the spell that was chosen.
Okay. But other than that, JMac, other than training her up, which only took you one of your actions, the other one you wanted to do was oversee construction.
Yeah.
And you wish to start construction on a greenhouse.
Yes, I've got the money for it.
Okay. Please deposit the money now.
I have done so. Goodbye, 600 gold.
All right. The construction is now underway. You've given orders. You've hired people.
Yeah, Istith will help as much as she can with magic if possible.
And actually, by the time it's done, actually, given the length of the downtime, you can have it done by the end of the downtime. If you started this first, technically did hiring Lily second.
Yeah, probably.
Which is the more efficient way of doing it.
Yeah. And Istith will negotiate with Fiona's little brothers and discuss pay.
Yes. Turning that into it. What kind of greenhouse are you turning it into?
The one which made money. I can't remember the name of it.
A commercial greenhouse.
Yes, we need to get a bit of the costs down.
Yeah, get a bit of dosh.
All right then. We will trade having a commercial greenhouse built, which you can be free to describe how you want.
Yeah, mostly it's just kind of taking advantage of the fact that we have a greenhouse and growing as big, juicy crops as we can. And then kind of either, using them here
magic pumpkin seeds.
Yes.
I don't know if they're magic pumpkin seeds, but we could probably grow the pumpkins. But yeah, either the food gets used here or what is left over is sold back in Helgas.
If nothing
You do
else,
know
it
that
offsets some of
has
the
like a
food
few.
costs.
Yeah, Istufa does have a few hanging pots filled with perhaps more not so friendly varieties of plants which might be used in the future, but currently they're just sitting there as to have them.
Let's see, that was +2 goods. +2 goods, -1. It's more areas to defend, and it's not very defensible. It's a greenhouse.
Yeah.
And then its maintenance, since it's a commercial greenhouse, is -45 gold a week.
Yeah. I take it if I wanted to try and add the magical water skin we have, that'd be a later thing.
That'll be a later thing, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, -45 gold of maintenance.
Yeah, which, unincluding Fiona's little brother's pay, it's like 41 gold per week.
Yeah, where was there a section on there? Because I recalculated how much they'd cost.
Okay, they're underneath servants, I believe, unless you mean your own notes.
I'm checking my own notes for them.
At best, that's kind of basically either like the servants or Lucas's and Lily's pay.
Are you using the downtime rules, or where are you getting what?
What for the cost? What for how much they're making, or?
Yeah, what? I'm just wondering where you're looking at these stats.
This has been previously discussed back and this has been already discussed before, which is how JMac has all this information because we've discussed. He came up with the project and proposed it, which is how a lot of it went up working. It's based on the downtime rules for how I figure out some certain costs, but
I was curious where you're getting those. If you did previously discussed it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what I said for Little Brothers, but it wasn't that much, but it's like a lot for kids.
Sorry, 1 second. Whenever I keep typing, it keeps moving where I have selected for some reason and keeps selecting other places, which is screwing up my text. This puts them up to having a proper wage for their doings, which isn't amazing. It's not terrible. The two of them together costing 11 gold a week, so receiving like 5.5 each.
Okay. Yeah, so even then, that's like the servants paid for. Or just a general maintenance cost.
So I need to raise salary cost by 11. Well, not by 11. They're at 1.5 before, I think.
Yeah, 1.4 gold.
Okay.
This is me trying to work out my life problems.
Yeah.
I don't know. The GIF I posted.
And now the maintenance cost is now negative. Let's see, it was 25 before, so it's now negative 20.
Yeah. So it's mostly just salary costs we have.
There we go. You can now see in the base management, the attribute section, you can see the new maintenance cost.
We're making money. Woo!
Hooray!
Oh, making some money. The place just isn't as much of a sink as it usually is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, your greenhouse is easily paying for itself and Fiona's little brothers and Lily, for that matter. Like, it's easily paying for all of them and making a profit still. It's not paying for the entire base, obviously.
Yeah, which would be impressive if it could, but we're going to need more sources of revenue.
Because the greenhouse requires at least 2 employees and reasonably someone to oversee it, which is Lily, so it's fine.
Well, I was gonna say probably Fiona because I mean,
As long as someone's doing it.
I mean, yeah, someone has to do it as the main point. Either of them
speaking
can do it.
of Fiona is now technically as a form of specialist or head servant now, right? Probably going to affect her pay.
I mean, that will be somewhat need to be renegotiated as we figure out what exactly her role will become in the end. But we can figure that out in time.
All right.
We can figure it down. Like, plus, I also need to properly check out her stats now to figure out her new pays and stuff if I do that. So, as a specialist, I have to know the individual stats compared to the group stats, which I need to check. Anyway, let us proceed on though, because that's your 2 things. Tinder, do you know what you wanted to do with your? You have 2 actions to play with.
Yeah, basically all I'm going to be doing is scheming and probably doing a profession.
What profession will you be trading?
Probably my profession soldier, just going out and finding like some guard work for a week or something.
Being someone's bodyguard or something.
Yeah, a bodyguard or a caravan guard or, something to do with guarding.
Jesus, the most brutal caravan guard of all time.
Sure, you can roll it. You'll earn double however much you roll in pay.
Well,
Jesus!
well.
Brutal caravan guard of all time.
He gets a special event.
Oh
Pretty
crap!
natural funny you do get a special event.
Oh, cool.
Because yeah, it's one of the things that can happen. So Karis is leading this caravan from town to town in the local region. She's escorting a pair of relatively pompous nobles, so they've not given her any trouble. They're happy to have the protection and are paying well for it. So, yeah, no complaints.
Too right. They know I could end both of them.
You're one of a few bodyguards, so you do get the sensation that you're clearly the best one here.
Of course. Look at all my magical shit. I'm clearly the best.
This particular caravan is attacked by what seems to be well, you're not entirely sure what it used to be, more than the fact it's seemingly some kind of large-sized undead creature.
Oh, well, I've dealt with these things before.
Fleshy and icking with gore. They're terrified. They're frankly terrified, but Kelrus simply moves up and criticals its head off and breaks its knees.
It just shatters its legs and takes its head off with one motion, somehow.
The backswing. As it falls from its knees, you backswing
Actually,
it.
I was thinking more along the lines of like, just take out the knees and then just keep that circular momentum going, and then off comes the head.
Actually, my thinking is take the flat of the blade, hit it in the sternum so hard that just the chest goes back and the legs and the head stays.
However it happens, Kelrus downs this foe in one mighty critical, possibly sneak attack critical.
Yeah.
It is terrifying and inspiring, to say the least. The entire crew gains +1 renown permanently.
Nice.
Bitchin'!
As news of this story will spread far and wide.
Hey, we're finally getting up for.
Ah, crap.
You generated fame, Tinder.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm glad. I'm happy for the group. Karis doesn't really want to be really well known. But
You're
it's good for
adventuring
the
with
group.
someone who has a dragon. You're going to become well known whether you like it or not.
Yes,
We have
but,
2 dragons now, actually.
but the thing there is, you're distracting everyone with your fuck off great big dragon. I can just happily hide in the background.
Alright, fair enough.
You upgraded my leadership score.
It's
Well-
true. To a degree, the renown score does help the leadership score of the group as well. So
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I'm
glad
now
I
a
helped.
I'm now a level 14 leadership score.
But yeah, so that was an effective journey. Bigby, what's Adeline doing with her time?
So just quick, seeing as people would have noticed during the downtime, as I mentioned in the chat thing, well, she's been training with Amaya. I keep getting Amaya and Adeline mixed up, and Shiva and Astusa
Yes,
mixed up.
It's Amaya.
Yes, while I was training with Amaya, anyone noticing would have seen the like shape made of light coming out of her back when she was particularly focusing. On top of that, as mentioned, randomly in conversation, without even noticing, she'll just slip into either Draconic or Celestial. Same as when she's sleeping, sometimes she started talking in her sleep in either of those languages. You can now continue.
Well, Adeline mostly going to be preparing for like the vacation, since she's one of the ones actually getting everything set up.
So scheme for upcoming vacation.
Mm-hmm. And then I think she's going to go out on a solo hunt and sell the results.
Okay. Are you rolling like a profession for that, or
I don't have proficient hunt or anything, but I do have survival. I was wondering if I would be able to use that with my tracking bonus.
you can take a base survival at least for this?
Okay, that's fine too. Not the best, but not bad.
Which is sufficient.
Mm-hmm. So I just get double that in gold.
Yep.
Cool.
Simple and sweet. Reese does training as his first thing. Significant training with Amaya.
Yep.
And mechanically, I'm retraining one of my feats.
Because
Which
I can
I'll-
help do that.
Mhm.
Yay.
Hooray! Probably use Kelwis as a target dummy for a bit.
Well, I mean, Reeve was actually training more defensively than offensively. So
Oh, well,
Well, then
perfect.
you could have Aspen just flail at you.
Whoever
Aspen
happened to be around.
Yeah, probably Aspen. He's very curious.
because I mean, Reese was certainly doing some training on like how to use his new lance properly. But a large part was also Reese just trying to like learn to like actually like try to actually like bear the load of armor and trying to actually know how to defend himself with it, using it. Instead of just like his, the levers he's been wearing all this time. Plus shields. He now knows how to use a shield.
I'm imagining Hestia waddle up at one point, tentatively attempt to tail slap Reese. She barely pokes him because she's terrified of hurting him, just leaves.
And then Reese he'll try to earn money.
We all need more money.
How do I try to earn money? Let's do. I've got a bunch of things I could roll. Let's go for as high as I physically can.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go with enchanting. I'll enchant my voice using my spell because I can do that for a long-term performance if I do it like that. And I will activate my channel. Which go sing. It was only a 7 on my dice.
So,
Yeah.
if I can just interrupt a moment, I have a question from the Peanut Gallery, who I believe Sideline would be able to answer this. Down in the guards barracks, who's Juliet?
One of Lucas's cats.
Yeah.
We have a shit ton of cats.
That's
Remember?
Oh,
It's a cat.
Yeah, we just have cats
I-
wandering around the base.
I just presumed it was back when Sideline was going around naming all like the plants and everything.
No.
Nah, we just have a bunch of cats to help keep
Yeah,
the
we have
rats
Juliet. We have Juliet Martin and I believe Henrietta.
down. And Simon. Don't forget
Oh,
Simon.
Simon.
There are cats everywhere.
Oh, there you go. We've adopted a load of cats.
Well, they're cats. They've adopted us.
Yeah, so I trained and I earned some money, which helped pay back some of that training cost. Which, amusingly, Reese gets discounts when he's training himself. Which is always funny.
However that works.
So whenever Reese takes a train action, even if it's on other people or himself. So,
Which I also now have that discount. It's great.
Because you have leadership, which gives you the same discount.
Mhm.
It does stack if both people had it.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to work together with our powers combined.
But when that goes fairly, so is that everyone's downtime, or did I miss someone?
Miss me.
Sideline. Yeah. What is Cadme doing with her time?
I have two things. Well, one, I am training Hazel.
Yep. Which will only take you one action this time instead of two, like it normally
Yep.
should. So
Yep. Also, I would like to
that costs. How much does that cost you? 450.
450. I already. It's not 480, I believe.
Okay.
But I already minused it.
Okay. What else are you spending your time doing?
I would like to go into town
Oh,
and go to the shrine that I know and love, that I did so much charity with, and I'm gonna channel that spirit there, and then I'm gonna go visit the sword. I want to know how those spirits are doing, because I before I had a very limited ability to contact them, and now it's a much more personable ability I have. I just want to get a better idea of how they're doing.
so given you're channeling one of them, it's going to become a bit more interesting for you.
Yes.
Is precisely why he does it.
And I'm channeling the male cleric that was the husband of the fire swordsman.
That would be Hierophant.
Yeah. I figured as much.
Though you do sense its presence has grown slightly, and the shrine still looks maintained, even though you've been gone for a while.
Oh, good.
Possibly someone else has been doing it as well.
Lovely.
But sure, Cadme can certainly go to try and unite the two up. It's not the easiest thing for Cadme to follow exactly what's going on between them.
Yeah, no, I don't expect it to be.
It's difficult. But she certainly allows the two of them to meet up and speak in a sense, even if it's only in the spirit world instead of out of Cadme's truth. That said, though, it's... Well, I'm going to have to make a mark down for this, as I'm going to mechanically tell you, marking this down, you have... This act is well, one pleasing to the spirit of the sword. It's happy.
And then Cadme explodes.
No, but it's a point towards potentially unlocking a legendary spirit, which is going to be terrifying if Cadme becomes a legendary spirit of the sword.
Yeah, and of course that's sort of because that's probably not terribly long. I'm also kind of going to link that into just making money through my spirit channeler.
That's absolutely fine. But you channel more excess spirits at the same time.
Yeah. Well, actually, probably still her, but also tending to her shrine, and it's probably still him, but still tending to his shrine and all that.
Possibly then you might be making money as a healer because he's a spirit of healing and he decides to go do that.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And if like people like having like diseases and or spiritual blights on them. So let's give that a roll.
Go, Hierophant, go!
And because I can, that, and I'm going to add 1d6.
Which keep in mind your spirit bonus is applying on wisdom-based checks.
This is a wisdom-based check. Beautiful.
So
30.
32?
Yep.
You win 64 gold.
Show
You win
off.
you win a stack of gold pieces.
I don't know what to do with these. People keep giving them to me.
Damn it! I was gonna do something on Hess. Oh yeah, the armor.
It could have been a stack of, could have been 64 gold worth of food or something instead.
People will probably quickly
That's a
figure
lot
it
of
out.
food.
People will probably figure out very quickly that Cadme the healer does not know what to do with coins and will politely start bringing her pastries, which she loves.
As over 1 month she eats 64 gold of pastries.
Oh god.
Cadme is now a bull.
Cadme, please.
Then she's Fae. Things goes just,
Cadme,
Now, admittedly, you get a lot of weird looks in town at this point. You can deal with them, but you get a lot of weird looks in town because of what the hell are you?
I get a lot of questions.
Nobody has a clue who you are. Nobody.
Yeah.
Or even what you are.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I kind of felt this to begin with. However, since I'm more confident now, I can just sort of go, yeah, people are looking at me weird. It is fine. I'll answer questions if they are curious, but I'm also the ever caring and loving Cadme that I was before.
Okay.
Still having the occasional urge to hug people,
Sure.
which is probably off-putting to some people.
Fair enough. So.
And one last thing, it doesn't take any time. This is like a one-day thing. Is I want to go and get a psychic reading from the basement, just so I can fill in that blank in the.
I thought you did. Alright, Cadme goes down into the base. We've not used it for much.
Yeah.
Pretty much just storage.
Still has blood all over the goddamn place.
It's cleaned up at this point in the blood, but
Well, there's still stains and shit.
psychic resume that still remains, if nothing else.
Well, yeah, 12 guys died traumatically and instantaneously, from what I could tell.
As Cadme is going to try to read the area. That sounds what? Psychometry?
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, a praise.
Yeah, I believe so. So please give me a psychometry check.
Uh-huh. Whoop, that's the wrong character card. Doobadoo. I get one information.
Okay, you get one piece of information.
Yes, I get, yeah. Unless it's particularly strong, and then that can be adjusted, but...
Cadme,
Yo.
you receive a single flash of image to your mind. It's singular. And what you bear witness to is... Before you is one of the various bandits who were here before. They have a short sword drawn. Young Sora's in the corner. And yet you see this distorted figure that you can't make out, but you can tell it's moving really fast. Right behind the guard, who looks like he hasn't even noticed them yet, already halfway through slitting their throat, without even having noticed the individual.
Oh. Okay.
But it's really hard for you to make out the image of who that is. Your reading just wasn't strong enough.
That's fair. Okay. At least I know it's a thing now.
Yeah, if you'd
I'm
rolled
assuming I'm taking this from the point of view of another guard that was in the room.
yeah, probably the guard who's like right behind him, who hasn't even entirely realized what's happening yet. Just like
Yeah,
a
his
blur.
memory has been seared into his brain before he died.
There's just this blur of this figure moving.
Thank
What?
you.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
For
you might
once
get,
in your life.
yeah, you might get more information, but you'll need another opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. And besides, that's a bit grating. I don't want to do that repeatedly.
Mm-hmm. And I'll follow the general rule of you can't keep rolling the same knowledge check. You need
God,
you
no.
need you need you need you need a new moment or inspiration to be able to.
Mhm.
Maybe a vacation.
In the future, when you're doing that, could you like link someone else into it so they could roll the check instead?
I could let people see it. I cannot let people roll it instead.
Dang.
Only people with psychic skills or specifically attuned to the psychic world can roll.
Damn it, I knew I took the wrong class.
All right.
Shoot, there was something I wanted to do, and I don't remember what it was.
I buy Hestia armor because you said that 4 times.
No, I already added that to her. I already did all the stuff for that because you said since I was in Sigil, I probably could get it.
Yeah, you get basic armor for her at least in Sigil. Like Sigil has dragon armors of almost all sizes.
You were going to
Might have to get a
question
little bit-
Karis about stuff, but that's not super important.
I mean, I do want to. We can just cover that at some other
Yeah,
point.
yeah, at some point. We can time warp or whatever.
I suppose then the group word has gone round. I imagine in the group at this point that the group's planning to take a shopping vacation down to the trade city of Barren Cross.
Mm-hmm.
It's been discussed back and forth, so everyone kind of knew of this. People packing?
Yep.
I mean,
Oh
packing?
yeah. I don't know if anyone cares, but Shiva does have a letter. This doesn't matter right now, but I want this out of the way so I don't forget. Again, I'll just copy paste what Dirk sent me. Honestly.
Okay.
This might be something more notable to Amaya imminently. It's
Oh, really?
regarding the winter ball.
Ooh.
Here you go.
have letters to the Winter Ball in a few months in Sigil. Blah, 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 blah.
So it's not happening for a while. I just want it out of the way because it was sent to me and I don't want to forget.
You got invited to the ball. Congratulations.
Yeah, basically
Aw.
2 noble families went, your propaganda that we're going to use.
Oh my god, just thought, you've been invited to the ball, we're growing a pumpkin, and we have a witch.
Yes.
But I already did the really pretty transformation. I'm skipping a part here.
Do I have to learn Bippity Boppity Boo?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes you do.
Oh dear.
And besides, we don't need horses. We have Hestia. She can pull the carriage.
Oh my god.
So wait, if Sutha's a good witch, does that make Cadme the fairy godmother?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay then. Yeah. There are a few questions if people are packing to go on the adventure. /trip.
I don't know how to word this, so I'll be vague about it. How much does it cost to get Hestia some sort of attire?
How much does it cost to get Hestia some form of... What kind of attire are we looking for?
Hestia wants to be fancy.
I've got a fancy rug she can wear.
Are you just basically get Hestia an outfit?
Yes.
I mean, I have no idea what an outfit for Hestia would consist of, but let's say you do, say multiplier times 4.
She just puts on
Which also
something.
includes the amount of jewelry would be required, would be times 4.
That's fine. I'm actually going to consider jewelry more than anything in her case.
It's just no, but the jewelry would also have to be times 4 because there's more of Hestia.
Oh, I know.
For an outfit for Hestia, I imagine there'd be like a lot of draping silks and things.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Probably.
thinking.
Probably.
What do I want to get? Alright. Good to know. Thank you.
But I'm going to go with times 4 because that's the easiest solution. Because I have no idea.
Well, it
I'm going to
makes
tell you,
sense.
players don't often ask how much it costs to outfit their animal companions. For their outfits.
Well, Airlease actually has a courtier's outfit.
Dan in the chat thinks she should have a vest and a top hat.
What? Airly is probably, yeah.
Ah, Hestia.
Little mink.
I mean, Erilise can have one as well if she wants, but hey.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
Airlease is mostly consists of like a little jewel collar.
I'm
More
gonna.
like a little collar with like a little jewel thing hanging down from it, and a sort of patterned silk harness.
I actually think I'm gonna buy her an entertainer's outfit, and I'm going to get decorative trim on it and flavor that as draped silk.
That's awesome.
There, there you. All right,
Okay.
let me,
How
Oh,
long
great.
is the
Now
trip
we have a
down
clown
south?
in the party.
Wow.
Now this becomes a good question, how long the trip down south is. Because that depends how you travel.
Okay.
There are options. Now, you could just trek it on your own 2 feet, just trek it down south. Take a while, camping out. Be kind of boring.
Yeah.
It would take a while though.
Let's
Um,
not.
Before
that's
we
qu- is it-
discuss
is it pre-
how we're getting there, I do have one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Amaya feels obligated to, although she doesn't expect, them to take the offer, but she would feel obligated to offer Theona and her brothers, mostly through Theona, because if she just asks the brothers directly, she knows they'll say yes if they want to come along for the vacation, and if not, what do they want me to bring back for them?
So not for the time. No, they will not be joining you on the vacation. As it stands. Fiona has a very specific kind of wine that she would like to see if she can get being brought back up.
All right, I'll just write down the name of the wine in my journal.
Her younger brothers aren't really sure. They kind of go back and forth with really wild ideas. You could probably find some souvenir for them though.
Candy's always appreciated. Anyway, travel options.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could trek by foot, but that's gonna take a while. It's gonna take it like a month to get down there then, just by trekking by foot plainly. Not the best.
Yeah.
You could hire carriage. That's an option. There are in fact carriages that can take you down there, which will get you there in. Yeah. I mean, you do have Hestia, which requires her own carriage basically to transport. Well, basically a wagon, basically for Hestia. So, but it's doable and it's faster. It can cost a bit of money potentially, but it can get you there in instead of being a month, more like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ish. Cuts down on at least a week of travel though. That said, there is another option. One final one. Some of the most well-informed of you, so notably like Adeline, for example,
Hello.
has heard of something called. There's something called a railway that's been developed. Now it's mostly in its early days, but but apparently this machine can transport passengers at a decently quick speed. There aren't many of them, but there is one running from Stormwing to Barren Cross.
Yep, Stormwing to Barren Cross.
Would it be?
Question.
It's a lot more expensive, but apparently it can get you from Stormwing, which is only about maybe like a week and a half from here, to Barren Cross in maybe only like
How long? You cut out dark.
About 3 days from storming to Barren Cross, potentially speaking.
Okay.
Which means that's a total like 2 weeks to get down there, which is way faster than any other option.
Question: does it stop at Rosewood, Queen?
It doesn't stop at the Rosewood.
We can jump off, it's fine.
I mean, as it stands, you can always head back up this way if you need to. But
Yeah. I vote
How
we do it.
expensive?
Yeah, how expensive and can it carry Hestia?
yes, it can carry Hestia. This is not the first time they've carried a dragon.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Let's see.
We do have the luxury of being here, which means generally speaking, people go, ah, yes, sigil those assholes, and kind of accommodate normally.
I mean, Storming has its own dragons as well. The Imperial Royal Guard.
That's true.
Let's see. It would cost. Let's see. Let's see. It's mostly the ticket ride we're talking, not the carriage ride here. The ticket price for the train would cost. It's not cheap. By any. It's understandably it's new. It's fancy. It's expensive. The trip will cost you 40 gold pieces.
Well, that's way cheaper than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
by normal standards, that's really expensive.
Yeah, I was expecting like at least 100.
I was thinking like 10 to 20.
I'm fine with it.
What is strain?
I don't like dropping below my 1500, but it's fine. I did budget myself exactly to 1500, so I should expect it.
God damn it!
I mean, you can donate another 60 to me and be at a flat 1400.
It's less so that, but more so I'm trying to hold a certain threshold.
Mm-hmm.
What's the scream about Adeline?
This is annoying because Adeline is torn. She wants to ride the new cool thing.
You've not
She
gotten
also
you've not
wants
gotten to
to
ride a
ride
train before. You've
Rosewood.
just you've seen them in development. You know got to ride one before.
Exactly, but she also wants us to stop by Rosewood because Rosewood is fantastic.
We
We
can
can
go,
always
we
head
can
back
go
up.
down and then go up into Rosewood as part of our vacation.
It would
Like
still
as
be
it
faster.
stands, when we're that close, like we can summon a bunch of horses and just ride up.
Yeah, we could just take a carriage to Rosewood.
All right, fine. Okay.
I don't know why you're sounding disappointed. You're getting everything you
know.
wanted. Literally everything, and you're still disappointed.
Shush.
Defensive whining.
Yeah.
All right, how much is the? Okay, so the train ticket is 40 gold. How much is the carriage to Stormwind?
Essentially negligible for that purpose. Then,
Okay.
like just getting to Storming is not too bad. Like, there are major characters that go that way by itself. It's just cutting down like this far means like now it becomes like a supply and logistical problem, which is like. But no, just getting to Storming is not too bad. You're going to be booking it, but you can manage. And then you can take a relaxing train ride that's really fast.
Oh, I just made Shiva's weight a lot better because I don't have a familiar anymore, so I don't need a familiar sample anymore.
But yeah, certainly Cadme has no idea what a train is. Most people have no idea what a train is.
What is
It's gonna
strain?
be wonderful. It's gonna be cool.
Mustafa has heard rumors.
If you have engineering, you may roll it. Otherwise, to know what.
I don't know what it is.
Possibly heard rumours from the other dwarves, but hasn't seen one.
In your case, you know it mostly from your experiences, like you've heard of it and seen it in development.
I'd argue that I probably also kind of know about it due experiences of living in Sigil.
You may have heard of it, but it's an
I never really
they're
seen
new.
one.
Like Sigil doesn't have a train linked up to it yet.
Yeah. Just
Like-
heard whispers of this thing being expanded on.
Apparently, it's powered by like a lightning elemental or something.
Ooh.
Oh shit! They skipped like wood powered and coal powered. They went straight for like diesel electric. Jesus.
Well, more like magical elemental.
This
My
is their
point still
coal
stands.
Yeah, I mean, magic offers you a lot of shortcuts when it comes to these things.
Power. It does.
Hmm.
Why make a steam engine whenever you can just stick a steam elemental there?
'Cause it's cool.
Exactly.
But Koro vaguely has heard of the concept of a train. You don't know what it is. Like, apparently it's some kind of like vehicle that can move large amounts of things. Who knows?
Well,
Better.
it'll have to if it's going to move Hestia.
Sure.
It'll be
Tubs.
Oh, by the way,
So
JMac,
cool.
just as a point of note, why don't you go ahead and just assume you're holding onto the Pearl of Power until stated otherwise?
Okay.
Because I can just spell recall using my Magus pool.
Yeah, it's like if we get to a point where we really need the first level spell, we can toss it between each other.
So that's
Problem.
the plan one the group wants to go for?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Very
already
true,
got rid
true.
of the gold, so.
Okay. I'll reduce.
already.
Simple.
I'll have Reese pay for a ticket as well.
Do
Oh.
Team B want to come, or are they like
The
more
B,
interested
the
in
B,
doing their own
the B
thing?
team, with your blessing, are going to see if they can attempt their own quest.
Yeah,
That's
Oh, go
do
for
it.
it.
Yeah,
Do
go
it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm bringing
Um,
Aspen and Hazel with me, though.
Yeah, we're not part B team.
Now, there is one more thing we have to discuss before we leave the keep.
What?
Mhm.
Leo.
What?
We promised him we would reevaluate his wages and such when we got back. We've now had a month's downtime here.
Well, we vaguely
That's
can
kind
say-
of why I made the whole post in the roleplay chat.
We
Well,
can
we
do
came
that.
to
We
the
can do
thing
that
where-
out of session. We don't need to do that right
As-
now.
I know.
I
think
tried,
we
and it got
did that
completely
because
derailed.
Peter tried. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
came to the thing of seeing about treating him like part of B team, in which when we split money between them, he gets a cut as well.
Yeah, we basically came up with 3 plans. We need to decide on which one, and we need to see if he'll go for it.
He's part of B team.
No, he's. I mean, we have him there on
he-
paper.
He's certainly willing to become just permanently part of B team.
Yeah,
He doesn't
I-
mind. He doesn't mind hanging out with those losers.
Yeah, I think
Safety
that's
in
perfectly
numbers.
fine. Honestly, he likes them more than he lets on, and it's still him doing adventures and getting gold and stuff,
Yeah.
I mean,
and training to get stronger as well.
if he's happy with that, if they're happy with that, then that's fine. If there's details to nail out, we can do that out of session. But I legitimately tried to sort this out between sessions
know.
and failed, which is why I wanted
Not
to bring.
really, because we came to the thing here.
Yeah, but we didn't come to a proper consensus, which is why I wanted to deal with it now before going, oh, we'll deal with it between session and getting completely distracted again.
I
It's
getcha.
it's a fair point, Justin. It's a fair point because he might end up saving the day. Who knows?
Yeah, he might.
He's a
Yeah.
good insurance sense. He's the
Yeah.
strongest of them anyway.
All right.
Very
Ty strongest
healthy.
with Kaif now.
Mhm.
No one die walking the storm wing because I need to go get some sort of food.
I make no promises.
It'd be impressive.
Also, when we get to
So-
Stormwing, I need to go see someone.
Yeah. So Stormwing, of course, is the capital of the Imperial. It's a big location. Admittedly, you're not really going into the inside of Stormwing because the train doesn't go straight inside. It's near the outskirts, but that's fine.
Dang it.
Well, if you're planning to speak to the dwarf, he also lives on the outskirts, not on the inside.
Oh, true,
So,
true. Wasn't he west of Stormwing? I want to say. Was
east
either
of Stormwing.
it was either west or east. I always go west first for some reason.
He lives east of
He's-
Stormwing.
he's east.
Yeah, well, him.
Yarkrad.
Mhm.
So yeah, we can stop by his place while whenever
Yes.
we're going.
Well, I did send him a letter, so he's not expecting me to turn up, but he might have some ideas for me already when we get there. But yeah, travelling
Oh, whoever's drawing the path, thank you.
sideline.
I
No,
wanted to do it
J-Mac.
for once.
Wasn't me actually. Oh, JMac,
Oh.
good.
My time to shine.
I'm sorry, I always default to sideline for drawings.
You
I know,
should,
right?
honestly.
We have the train going straight down.
Okay, I'll keep the orange line there because it's more representative of the fact that this is the high-speed rail line.
Yeah, get rid of my little dots.
The dots can stay down there as well. It makes sense to have them together. It's a cool thing.
There you go. No, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's more or less true. Technically, it's more curvy because to get from Helgas there, you have to kind of go down then round. But it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
This area down here is a pain to traverse because of forests and hilllands. It's not the easiest. It's kind of a
Just my
bit of a
trains.
defensive area here. But luckily, the train's fine. There's a large area here that's not the best for traveling. It's a lot easier to tend to go up and then across and then down.
Which explains why there's no cities, right?
Well, no major cities. There are still some settlements. There are still settlements,
Yeah.
just none of the biggest places.
Hamlets and stuff.
There is like farmlands in here and stuff, but it's just not the best place.
It's rangeland.
Farmlands, loggers, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some small counties and stuff that have their own things in there, but they're not the most important. Yeah, the group can make its way then towards Stormwing, riding on carriages, including a cart at the very back, which Hestia gets pulled by a number of horses who really think they should be the ones being pulled.
Yeah.
I mean, Hestia's big after all.
For Hestia.
Hey, it's her own fault for getting so tubs.
And Cora speaks now, doesn't he?
Yes,
Yep.
he does.
Is he as sarcastic as I imagine?
Yes, he's very snide.
All right.
I see I'm going to learn to hate you.
Glaring contest.
Never get in a staring contest with a cat.
Or a snake.
True.
I go to move the dots a little bit to make it more curved, how it should be.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
So you begin the travel south. Whoops.
No one
Diamond
died.
got top.
Nope.
Yep.
We're
So you'll be,
basically
yep. So the group is beginning the travel south. It is. I mean, as it stands, Hestia is on the back of a carriage, making the horses in front jealous. But it's fairly nice. You're in a convoy. There are multiple carts around, though admittedly, you only one of them has a dragon sticking out.
How fast are these carts going?
They're going a fair speed at least.
Aspen.
They're heading. Let's see. These fine bred horses are traveling at base.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
twice as fast as the average person can walk, as fast as someone can normally hustle.
Yeah, Aspen's probably tied a rope to one of the carriages and is poofed up to maximum height, is floating along like a balloon behind it, having fun, trying to practice flying.
Aspen.
Hi.
Clearly, the wagon master has given you guys the set of carts and wagons at the very back.
Look, Hestia, I fly. Fly better than you.
I'd like to see you swim.
I swim well. Swim good.
Oh, we're gonna be able to
Hestia
test
just
that
kind
fair
of
and cross.
looks unimpressed.
Yeah, Aspen basically currently looks like one of those giant cottonwood puffballs.
He's a jump
So-
off.
Yeah. As all of his spines have gone to maximum length and have narrowed out into thin like wisps.
You're in the latter half of autumn. A cold breeze occasionally runs past you. It's not winter yet, but winter is coming.
What month is it?
1 moment, please.
It might be my birthday soon.
That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, Kalis legitimately has no idea when her birthday is. She just says in the winter at some point.
You're departing late October, early November.
Hestia's birthday is also coming up because she was born in the middle of winter as well.
So is Reese's.
Oh god.
I can't remember where in this side.
Now I'm sad that I didn't have us not take the train so we could time it with their
You
birthdays.
said we're going from October to November.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, Maya's birthday is coming up soon.
Actually, in fact, I think we might be traveling on Reese's birthday. I think,
Ooh,
no.
so Reese's birthday is gonna be on a train.
possibly. Yeah, it should be like early in November. So
I know
That's fair.
Shiva was a late spring, early summer child, so it's not for a while, at least.
Which means Reese only just recently remembered his birthday, so it's going to maybe come as like a conversation like in the middle of like the cart ride that Reese kind of blurts it out and like, wait, what? That's like 2 days.
I wonder if we stock cake on the train.
I remember whenever I had Edeline's birthday set.
Okay, seriously, how many of us have a fucking birthday in the month of Neth?
What is birthday? I don't know when I was made.
Oh.
Join the club.
Oh.
Don't worry, we can sit here in the no birthday group.
Yeah.
Adeline was born sometime late spring, early summer.
Our family just generally celebrates during the spring, where everything comes back to life.
I would actually say, because I like the way it sounds, I'm gonna go with Hestia being born in Cholesterol. So not for a while still, but still winter. Which is a fancy word for February.
But yeah, we're
basically born November 28th.
Yeah, we're entering into the last month of fall though, November. But yeah, the group's travels take them, well, it's fairly smooth. The cart ride goes without much in the way of things happening. It's kind of nice, actually.
Yay.
Clearly this is a result of the renowned I got us, so you're welcome.
Well, it's actually interesting as you go traveling, because you do actually hear, like, murmurs about people talking about apparently some strange disturbances that happened in the Elven Forest recently, in the last few months. Apparently there's all kinds of strange... Apparently there was some strange fair events going on, and then supposedly like some dwarven attacks. And apparently,
Oh gee, don't want to know about that, nope.
And some giant beast got slain in the middle of the lake.
Calvis just sort of automatically shrinks away and tries to hide in like the middle of the cart.
As it turns out, your actions from before have spread. The group gains 1 renown.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, I guess we're just hauling with my leadership score.
Your renown doesn't add directly to the leadership score.
I know, but as soon as I have like a point of great renown, it goes up by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess.
I mean, in fairness, what you did before was pretty renown worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've like doubled our renown now.
You tripled it. You started at 1 at the start of the session.
There you go, tripled it. You're welcome.
So in fairness, you already had the base renown for having a keep, basically. And now you have like, oh, word is slowly spreading.
Of course, we don't want too much renown without too much defense, because you know, word of our actions will reach bad people as well.
Yep.
What?
That being said, Amaya is going to look to Adelaide and go, should we tell them what actually happened with the giant monster?
Stories are important. It is good that they invent their own ways. And besides, a lot of people embellish.
Shiva suddenly looks very interested in Hestia, completely ignoring everything going on. She's kind of like Elworth, honestly.
There's also a point of will they even believe us.
Exactly. Let them have their stories.
Yeah, I did leave the plates of the monster I carved off back home. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
Which, by the way, people will notice Amaya isn't carrying as many weapons with her as normal. She's only carrying, as far as people can see, the mace.
Kelvis is carrying just as many as normal.
Do you have the rest equipment with you, or is it packed away on the cart? You just don't bring it for anything else.
Amaya did not bring most of her equipment. Like, she's looking at this as like, okay, I'm gonna bring the breastplate and the mace and like the necessities, but other than that, it's this is supposed to be like a nice relaxing thing where we're not expecting to get into trouble.
How much has everyone packed? Do people have like just like a sack with them, a backpack, a footlocker worth of stuff? What are we talking?
I have Hestia. I can pack however much I want.
How much is Hestia carrying for you then? Multiple suitcases?
She probably has my entire inventory, honestly. And that being said, my inventory does not weigh that much.
Admittedly, how many sets of like clothes and stuff do you have packed away in there, maybe?
A few.
Oh, I need to
I probably have,
rebuy
like,
all
4
my
to 5.
clothes.
Are we talking multiple suitcases on her then?
She's okay with it being kind of just packed with Reese's stuff, just kind of separated. Probably
Amaya's
tied
basically
up.
got a duffel bag.
Adeline's carrying what she usually does, as well as another bag that's just for clothes, casual clothes.
Kelvis would basically have a backpack with all of her normal gear in, and then like every weapon she has on her at some... either on her or stowed on the cart while we're travelling. Also, just as a note, one of the Team Bs was carrying my old Great Axe while I was using the knee breaker. I would have requested that back off him and had it stored at the keep.
Okay. By the way, this is off topic completely. That some people tried generating monsters using a neural network.
Oh lord.
Oh no.
Apparently, the results were spectacular.
Oh, no.
Really?
Apparently. Which is either I hope it's a good spectacular, not the hilariously bad spectacular. Be cool if it could be cool if the computer can generate monsters on the fly like that.
There we go.
That's a balance there.
I mean, you don't really have to worry about balancing monsters. Just make sure they're the right level of the party.
Yeah, just make sure they can't kill them easy.
One moment. My screen messed up. It reorganized things up by permission. But yes, your trip goes actually pretty... it's boring. Quickly make it to the... you can be quickly dropped off in a small little village just outside of... well, you can see just over the hill the massive city of Stormwing. Its walls huge and imposing. Dragons circling overhead of it. It is a fortress of a city. But it's a fortress designed not really necessarily for defense, so defense is certainly part of it, but also to inspire, to bring awe or terror. One of the above.
Mm.
Now, the group is not going into the capital today. We're taking a trade ride, which happens to be near the capital. Doesn't quite run inside the city at this time, yet.
Okay, no New York subway. Cool.
That's still a few decades ahead, at least. If not way longer. That said, though, you first wanted to visit the... some people said they wanted to first visit the blacksmith of the dwarf you met all the way back on the boat.
Yes.
On your way down here.
Yes.
All right. That is something the group can certainly go do. I imagine the whole group goes, given they've got nothing else to do while you're, just waiting for...
Yeah, I mean, not going to drag them along, but if they've got nothing else to do...
and people would just be waiting around in this basically small little village area for the train.
Ooh. Does train leave like these metal bars on the ground?
I think it rides on these. I don't know.
It's
Maybe.
meant to keep it in place, basically. It's a track.
Oh, so it's like path.
Yes,
Yes.
it cannot go off of it.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate.
It's
the
fairly
train-
fortunate. I imagine if it was derailed, a lot of people would die.
Do trains not want to leave the track?
They have no
they're not living things.
No,
Then how do they move?
they're like a carriage.
they
I think.
She would kind of pauses to think for a long time. They're powered by something.
I think they're pulled by something, but
I think I know how to explain it. It's like when a rock is rolling down a hill. It's moving. That doesn't mean the rock is alive.
But that is going to be rather disconcerting if you're on a thing that is basically rolling down a hill on flat ground.
That
well, I mean, it could be.
Well, that's why it must follow the metal road to make sure it
Oh.
doesn't hit anything.
Oh,
And so that we don't turn to fine paste.
that is good that we did not turn into fine paste.
Yeah, it is. Wait, this can be so fancy.
So, does anyone actually remember the name of this blacksmith?
Grunjar Krad.
Yes. That.
Good. Don't want to have another awkward incident.
What? Do you mean like a friend that you brought back?
Look.
Did you ever find out her name?
Yes. Meredith.
What?
I think.
I'm gonna ask a very crucial question that would entertain Shiva while here. Does she know any of the dragons?
It's hard to tell. You're a bit too far away to know from here. You'd have to go close to the city gates for that.
She's
So-
okay with getting closer.
Okay. Then we'll cover that in a second. You
Okay.
may or may not. But that means you'll be traveling away from the group then to go up there and find out.
That's fine. There's dragons. Who cares about them anymore?
Charming.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, my voice is cutting out. It's fine. There's dragon. I don't care about them anymore.
She doesn't care about
Has
the
Shiva
group.
Come along.
Well, for the rest of the group though, finding the dwarf's smith is not hard. It's actually the biggest town in the biggest building in this village. It is absolutely huge. And so not just him; it's an entire manufactory, basically. And outside are clearly posted guards of the Imperial military as you roll up. Though, when you specify who you're here for, it's not long before you can be welcomed inside.
Thank
The
you.
massive metallurgy operation, the place is hot. Really hot.
Oof.
There are places in the room that have basically the giant tanks full of molten metal to be forges going and people working constantly. Largely dwarves, though not entirely.
Yeah, knowing how you are with Hitamai, you might want to stay outside.
Yeah.
Cadme has terrifiedly intrigued.
There is a lot of molten fire all around.
Also a lot of loud dinging sounds of hammers to metal.
Mm-hmm.
But you can be brought upstairs, and the man you see from all that while ago will spell Smith Grunjar Crad.
Yes. That's what
Looks like he put on a couple of pounds.
of muscle.
Maybe.
But
It's
that-
hard to tell with dwarves.
Yeah. That's specifically why I wanted to see him rather than any old blacksmith, because I couldn't remember he was a spellsmith, but I knew he wasn't a normal blacksmith.
Travelers? Yes, well, why do you look familiar?
Yes, Master Dwarf. Kelvis is speaking in Dwarven to him. She says, "Yes, Master Dwarf, we met, well, many, many moons ago, I believe it was on the boat from Eisenfell to... I can't see the place name because Providence is in the way, but yeah.
Providence.
Let's see if I zoom in a bit more. The Providence name is covering up the normal name. But Kelvis would know what it is. But yes, we met on the boat journey from there to there.
He squints for a moment. Kind of looks over at your companions, looks to you.
Yes, that is I.
Welcome. Though I think your companions have... Adventurers always get makeover.
Hi.
Yes, I'm afraid a few of us have had a makeover, as you put it.
Hello.
That one's...
Mine just waves from away from the searing heat.
Go sort of points around and goes, of course, that's Amaya, Adeline. This is Cadme. You would remember her as the girl with the deer antlers from before? She's changed perhaps the
no
most
longer
out of
horribly
us.
mutated.
The plant speaks up. I'm no longer mutated.
He's probably gonna need a drink after this.
He's a dwarf, he always needs a drink.
True.
He shakes his head a little. So, what can I do for?
Well, I'm not sure if it would have reached you yet, or if you would have had a chance to read it, but I sent a letter to you a couple of weeks ago regarding this axe I had acquired. She'll sort of unsling it and hold it out towards him. I'm having quite a bit of issues with its balance, really. It seems to be weighted and magically enchanted to do a lot more damage, particularly to an opponent's legs and knees. But if you as much as slightly overswing with it, it will just pull you straight around onto the ground yourself. I was hoping you might have some ideas of, how to remedy that.
He'll reach out to take the axe.
She will let him.
He'll take it in one hand, turn it over a little bit, look perplexed for a moment. Give it a firm swing into a target dummy that will happen to be right. Odd thing. Wait a minute, let me go do something. He seemingly makes a motion that you. As he's going to walk into one of the rooms slightly further back.
Mm-hmm.
As he seemingly puts down your axe on some kind of strange table covered in runes. As he then slides as he seems to then slide a monocle over one eye on some kind of like head.
Oh, is that the one that basically that identifies or tells you it's like the magical monocle?
It might be. As he suddenly staggers back for a moment. Holy smokes. Well, I found your problems.
Hmm? Like problems, sir? Laurel?
I'd take a guess you found this, I'm guessing, with more than one of these.
Yeah, there was
Uh-huh.
several items, yes.
Like this one, and Adeline pulls out the crystal bottle of freshness.
Oh, I completely forgot it can also turn into a warhammer, can't it?
Oh right, that too.
Yeah, I had not really made use of that ability of it, so it completely slipped my mind.
I was under the impression there was two of them, and one of them was a warhammer.
No, there
One
was
was an axe.
There was two engravings, but we found out that the axe could transform into the hammer.
Oh, okay.
If I'm remembering right, anyway.
It can. He kind of looks to you all. Well, I can tell you why this thing's acting so funky, and probably why anything else you've got is acting weird.
Hmm.
You got a demon problem.
Oh, that makes sense.
Just for a moment, Kellis's entire body tenses and her fur like puffs out a bit.
Out of character. Oh no.
Yes, oh no!
Mm-hmm.
I hope I did not make a bond with a demon. Anyway.
Yes,
Well,
This thing's got. Ugh. The reason it's acting so weird is because there's this demonic taint all over it. I could undo it, probably. Take me a while.
How long and how much?
I have to look into it a bit more first. Do some looking up, talk to some people, see exactly what kind of demons are in these things.
No, if you could do that, that would be very much appreciated.
If we want the place to start, the place we found it in had a shrine to the demon of oozes or primordials.
Triple-X.
Jubilex, yes.
Oh, just what I needed. I'll look into it.
Thank you. We're going to be heading down to Barren Cross, but I'll try to swing back this way on the way back up. Failing that, we have a keep up near Helgus, his directions. If you send any sort of messages to there, it'll always find its way to us eventually.
Very well. Yep. I think I have your address somewhere around here.
Pulls out business card. So I am sorry for bringing you something like this. I imagine most people would not be too happy to find demon weapons inside their workshops.
The weapon itself is fine. It's just got demon in it on top of that.
Do you need to keep hold of it for your research, or sort of looks a bit antsy? Hello? Just
Everyone's
horrible
dead.
amounts of dead air.
Oh.
That doesn't mean go silent again.
I mean, Dark definitely died.
Yeah, Dark's dead.
Oh, Dark.
I mean that if it is demon problem, I could try just purifying it. I have those abilities.
I'm scared of what this implies. I was told it was a spirit, which I suppose can fall in the same general premise.
Uh-huh.
And
You have a succubus.
wow, it's the thing that Ari never got to do. Thanks, Dark.
It's a demon brain leech.
I mean, I hope it's not a demon. 'Cause that's a lot harder to deal with. I'd rather deal with a devil, honestly.
It's going to
No,
be
it's
a
probably
demon.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a demon. The guy that was there.
Absolutely.
I mean, Dark did hint that it only had one good ending, kind of. And the thing that scared me was he said kind of about the ending.
But
Yeah.
It's fine. It only changed my entire appearance, made a bond with me.
Oh, of course.
That's
It's totally
fuck
not
that.
interlaced with everything that is you.
Quack.
Hi.
Oh, oh
Oh.
dear. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
not
the phone.
This is the phone. Is that obviously the phone?
Dark Blue is
Yes,
very dead.
we cannot hear you.
Oh.
Well,
We
we
can-
can
or just
hear
barely
you, but
hear
we
you.
can't understand you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Did your house get struck by a meteor?
What happened?
Yeah,
What
guessing
happened,
everything
Dark? That's not
died.
helping.
There was a power cut.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Things will come back online shortly, I'm sure.
Wow.
Oh,
Things are already back online.
Just
Oh,
waiting
oh,
for
so
the
you just-
computer to turn on?
Got it.
I did say things. I did say there.
We couldn't understand that anyway, so.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, I guess I picked a very good time to start making a sandwich.
Sandwich.
So every time our power goes out for like 50 minutes because someone's fucking with the streetlights. And they know that if we do that properly, we can somehow short out all the houses nearby.
Yes, you can. So I'm lying. I don't know. Not like I have experience with this. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh, Dark.
My computer is rather unhappy.
Yeah, good.
I don't
Power
blame
cut.
it. Also,
This is
tell
like
me.
this is the first time it's been shut down in a week. It's not happy.
What?
Why do you people never turn off your PCs?
I haven't told you, but my computer needs to be rebuilt.
Why?
It does not work properly.
Have you been like shoving Doritos into the fan exhaust?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Eat my
I was
eat
trying
my
to
child.
power it with my gamer fuel.
God.
Oh, Dark's
but
dropped
yeah.
again.
I have a
He's
friend
probably
offering
swapping.
to help me slowly rebuild it, but I'm just letting you know that
Right.
this will be a thing. Because
Right.
I had one night where it refused to actually properly turn on for like a half hour because AMD did an update and it didn't approve of the update, which is
Okay.
problematic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll be available to help you with that.
Yeah, I can't rebuild it while I'm here, so I'm hoping it doesn't die while I'm here, basically.
Yeah.
Hello, Dirk.
Welcome back,
So
Dark.
Oh dear,
Uh-oh.
that's even worse.
My dear, we cannot understand you. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Tippy type. Tippy type.
General chat. Oh.
Yeah, I don't want. Just unplug your laptop. Unplug them. You'll be fine. It'll be safe.
He's muted now. Almost. Because you gotta have faith. Do 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 do.
I feel like I should take this time to go find a lozenge.
That might be an idea.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is I know that we haven't bought any recently, so any ones that I will find are going to be disgusting.
Oh yeah.
The street lamp outside went crazy.
It's the hooligans. They're here.
It's flashing brightly. Alright. Yeah, car alarm kept going off every time the power went out as well.
Oh god, is someone trying to like jumpstart their car using a street lamp?
Oh God.
I can tell.
That's fucking terrifying.
I would not put it past people though.
Can you hear us, Dark? Okay.
Yes, yes he can.
Is your power still out?
Good to judge by someone trying to like do the thing, probably.
In the meantime, Koro and Hestia can have a very nice conversation about the logistics of binding.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it seems bad.
Yeah, I mean, Hestia had growth problems due to it. And personality problems. And individuality problems. So yes.
Just all the problems. Thanks Shiva for fucking her up.
It wasn't Shiva's fault. Shiva tried resisting it, actually.
Blaming Shiva anyway.
Mild demon infection.
I do not approve of the demon in my brain.
Demon brainworm. Totally hype.
It was so kind.
If you start like crawling up for walls and like vomiting black goo, we're gonna have an intervention.
Well, I just got my exorcist ability, so.
Wait, Dark. I asked Kellen to look into it as well. Did he actually find anything? We didn't actually cover that.
Isabel?
They were too busy going on a date. That wasn't a date.
Wait,
Oh,
did
it was
you
a
give
date.
the demon a name?
Its name is a really pretty goddess. I don't actually. I mean, as far as Shiva knows, it's some goddess of the southern desert that it appears as, basically. She knows at this point.
Yeah, that's a demon.
Yep. It could be a div.
Totally a
Such
demon.
this.
Could be a div.
Here, I'll type it, Dark. I mean, I actually would have minded if it was a div, to be quite honest with you.
And from what I remember vaguely of looking at it, don't they just like hate all life as well as like...
No, they hate all of creation. They don't mind life.
Right. I do need to warn you that like technically the thing in your head is creation. And who knows what happens if it just like instantly cuts out. Maybe you go into the circlet.
I mean, I'm not surprised about it per se. It's just out of the ideas of demon, div, or devil, div's my most preferred only because that's something Shiva has experience with. She does not have experience with the other two, outside of recently fighting them. But divs are what she considers her distant, misbegotten relatives, basically.
So just quick, seeing as Dark said that Karis can keep the axe while the research is going on, when it's handed back to her, there's just a very brief moment where she just sort of looks at it with disgust and then just says something in Celestial. I don't know if anyone in this group actually understand Celestial.
Nope.
I can, but I'm not there.
Pretty sure Reese can.
That makes sense for Reese to have
Yeah,
it.
Reese can. Damn,
Welcome,
that means I actually have to come up with something specific.
I mean,
Vague swearing.
To be...
Yeah, for now it's vague swearing.
Under your breath. Yeah. And Celestial's entertaining enough to me.
Yeah, it's some vague swearing directed towards the axe.
You know, Karis, while he does his work, I could have my hand at it. I'm pretty good at purifying things.
I wouldn't be against that if we knew it wouldn't cause bad things to happen.
Well, he said the axe was fine. It's just covered in demonic taint. Yes, I think that's what the word he used.
That is what it is what he said, but I don't know what will happen if we just simply force it out like that. I don't know. It could cause some weird splits in reality, for all I know.
It is something I will look at. I'm not going to rush out and try to impose my will on the axe, but...
Cadme tries it and immediately gets possessed.
Possession happens all the time. It is... not a great side effect, but it is something that is manageable.
Okay, if nothing else, Cadme will get an opportunity to look at this headband now, because I'm scared.
Well, at least when you get told it's demonic taint.
Yep, that's a demon.
There is demon in your brain. It is currently chewing on your cerebral cortex.
This is
It's very
fine.
specific.
Its name is Bob.
I mean, what concerns me is that if it's fucking with Shiva, Hestia is literally entwined with her, so by proxy, it'll fuck with Hestia eventually, probably.
Demon dragon for the win. Do it.
No!
Oh my god,
Embrace.
no, do not
Hey,
please.
Hestia tried putting it on, like, at first, because no one else wanted to put it on.
Please no. I for multiple reasons I do not want Demon Dragon.
What do you mean that you don't want Hestia to become an Umbral Dragon?
Look, I do not want to have to fight Somulo.
Actually, this would be an Armageddon dragon. A dragon from Plane of the Abyss?
I'm pretty sure Armageddon Dragons don't exist.
I think we do. Let me look.
And they could make it.
Do you mean Apocalypse? They're from Abaddon.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean.
And we did a fairly thorough investigation of the items. So maybe if only the bad thing will happen to you.
Don't worry about it. I like dying.
Don't we all?
Just stop inviting evil things into you.
I didn't mean to!
Got a bit of a habit on that.
No, I don't!
And we knew you were bad. That was like, well, I guess it's not the one thing you were, because we also put in the Helm of Dwarven Comprehension.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. I thought it was gonna be a normal spirit that I could deal with. Nah. That's
Maybe you can deal
Demon
with
or
it.
demon?
Yeah, to be fair, a regular demon isn't that bad, but
I'd just like to point out that finally someone has done something dumber than Jortes. At least when he put on his evil ring, he didn't know
not
it
go
was
that far.
evil.
Yeah, no, the evil
Please?
is worse.
I'd like to point out that there's no weird thing regarding this circlet, so I'm inclined to say it's not just a normal demon. I mean, it's not. It's certainly not some. Here's the other thing. What it does is not what a normal demon would be able to do per se. Yeah, when Pyra and Guillaume, when they were looking it over, they thought it was a very, very minor demon inside it, or not demon, spirit.
But
Given what it did to Shiva, that's not a minor spirit. So whatever this is, it's probably diminishing just how powerful it is on purpose.
I do know that there's a large psychic aura on it. A very large, blinding level psychic aura.
I suppose
As
we just
well
have to
as
take
one
this as
on
it
the
comes.
gauntlet. There's two. Those are the two huge psychic auras that I know of.
Did you ever
I have
psychically
like
check
planar
my
dragons.
axe? Did you ever psychically check the axe?
I did, yeah. It was. It had a blip on it of a memory, but not a full psychic aura.
I think you checked everything.
I didn't check everything. I haven't actually looked into everything. I just know what things are. I mean, I don't know the story of the axe. I don't know the story of all
Also,
these things.
this is probably what Hestia is mixed with, just for general understanding. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Finally, we can make good sausages.
Mm.
Love that brain.
Yes, a brine dragon.
Okay.
I mean, she's neutral good, so she's probably like a mix of something chaotic and something lawful, and this is lawful. So I'm pretty sure one of the planar dragons is, or one of the outer esoteric. That's one of our esoteric ones is chaotic.
There's the Havoc Dragon, which is chaotic good. And that one's from Elysium.
I like the idea of the Bliss Dragon. It makes sense.
From Nirvana?
Yeah, they probably a mix of those two. Even though it's not chaotic, it's fine.
A watery section of Nirvana.
Besides, the other thing is Hestia's alignment suddenly unlocked, so it doesn't really matter that much.
I hadn't actually looked into any of the planar dragons before.
They're all very cool.
The esoteric dragons are my favorite though, honestly.
Oh yeah, like the occult dragon is really, really cool. What was my favorite though? I think my favorite was the etheric dragon.
I mean, I also like the lunar dragons because they just have cosmic patterns on their scales.
Which one was that?
The lunar dragon. It's one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
outer ones.
Yep.
And paradise dragons are cool. I mean, they have an image. How can they not be cool? Look at these guys.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Those are heavens dragons, right?
They look like peppermints.
I'm sure you would love to tell one that.
What have I got to kill me?
Yes.
Is Koro a Sith? You're getting some borderline Star Wars quotes there.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes, and that's the only Star Wars quote I know.
How does that? Okay, so Star Wars Sith.
Oh, the Sith monologue.
It's Coda the Sith. There we go.
Yeah.
Peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. That's what it is.
Okay,
So you can see how I kind of got Star Wars vibes.
that's fair. But no, Coral just enjoys very much not being a snake. Turns out being a dragon over a snake is a significant upgrade.
Yeah.
Wow, look, I have limbs. Holy shit.
Fuck yes, I can finally bitch at people.
The greatest freedom. Bitching.
Open doors now.
If yeah, Coral probably gets a little carving to him by Hazel.
What? Carving?
Yeah, Hazel has
Right, okay.
at will-
I thought you meant as in like she just like comes at him with a knife.
No. She has a at will shape wood ability,
Right, okay.
so she gives him a little dragon figurine.
No, she carved Koro. He needs to look more shapely. He gained a few
Look at him.
pounds.
Hey.
I mean, Coral will definitely accept it and feel very smug at being like, haha, an image of my likeness. It shall go on the high shelf.
She did the same with Hestia, but it was more of an apology for, hey, sorry I tried ripping your wings off. Don't worry about it. We're cool now, right? Poor Dirk.
Yeah, really.
You can build a watermill.
I think
So for those of you who have actually looked into this more than me, I'm looking at you, Rose. What dragons are neutral good?
The Bliss Dragon, which is the Nirvana Dragon. As well as...
bronze.
No,
Bronze
that is a
chaotic
lawful.
good.
Nope, bronze is lawful.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was thinking
bronze
brass.
The Crystal Dragon is neutral good. One of the primals.
Brass is chaotic.
Yeah, brass is also chaotic. None of the metallics are neutral. They're all extremes. They're lawful good or chaotic good.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain none of the chromatics are all also extremes. I'm pretty sure they're all either lawful evil or chaotic evil. There might be a neutral evil one in there.
I actually think blue is
I'm
Nope.
I'm specifically
Nope, lawful.
looking towards the good aligned ones.
Yeah. So
So
the
like-
two I know for sure are Crystal and Bliss.
I'm looking through the like the quick links at the bottom of the drawing dragon page and just wanting to cut down the
trying-
search.
To see if there's another one.
You might want to look at some of the lung dragons, the imperial ones.
None of them are neutral good.
Hmm.
Occult Dragon is neutral good. That's one of the esoterics.
Really, I didn't look
Oh,
at
they would've-
the occult. I didn't expect it to be good aligned.
Occult dragons prefer to infiltrate the cities of humanoids in whatever form it will boost or draw the least attention. There they search for esoteric knowledge and psychically charged items.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the only dragons that are neutral good, because they all tend to be either extremes or just neutral, is Occult, Bliss, and Crystal.
Though, if you want the most thematic, you can do Crystal Dragon, whose breath weapon is sonic damage. Because I believe you have a sonic breath weapon, right?
I do, yes. That came from one of the Imperial Dragons, the Sovereign, I think.
Yeah, the Sovereign. Horus has a Sovereign breath weapon. But if you wanted, you could always just reflavor it to Crystal instead.
Yeah.
Because funny enough, Sovereigns are actually huge dicks. They only bind with other people who are huge dicks. They have a pompous attitude.
Yeah.
Can't
So
say I'm
you having that
surprised.
breath weapon is entertaining.
I mean,
I
her
mean,
breath weapon wasn't from any sort of binding. That's
Oh, I know.
more. It's not bloodline, but I'm excusing it as bloodline.
Yeah, it's a key mixing with bloodline.
Yeah.
The reason Sovereign Dragon are like that is because they're basically there's rumors behind them. They're supposedly sent by the gods, so you know.
Yeah, that's pompous.
They're not special. Most things are.
Oh
blind.
god, I forgot that dragon existed.
What one?
I hate it.
What one?
Dragon skin crawler.
Oh yeah.
It's just a dragon made out of skin.
The dragon made out
it's
of
a
millions and
skin crawler
millions of
dragon.
spiders.
Ugh, no. Fuck off.
And yeah, it's millions and millions of spiders that have taken up as a form of a dragon underneath the scales of a recently deceased dragon, I believe. So all the scales are sort of moving with like swarms of spiders.
Does it breathe spiders?
It does breathe spiders.
Yes, that makes me happy.
I like this.
Let me check some
monster.
other dragons that aren't listed.
Skin-crawler dragon breathes rolling fog of black motes and spiders that immediately burrow into the flesh of any living
Oddly
creature.
enough, Tinder,
Hmm?
wrath dragons are also neutral good. However, they can also be either lawful good or chaotic good, so they're the most flexible dragon.
Which ones were they?
Wrath?
Wrath.
Wrath, which is funny to me here. They're not
And
listed, but they're here.
I suppose you have like righteous wrath. I was about to say math.
Oh yeah, these are supposed to be like gatekeeper dragons, aren't they?
Beautiful and awesome to behold, this majestic dragon's skin glitters like precious metals and jewels, belying its unquestionable right and holy wrath.
Lar.
They are formed from the ascension of slain good dragons into the heavenly orders. Given the opportunity to return, they serve as heralds of the good aligned deities sent to deliver divine judgment on infidels and sinners who have turned their back on the path of righteousness. Holy shit! I love them!
They're like fucking super paladins.
A flight of rat
Crusade!
dragons. No, a flight of rat dragons over an offending city often has been caused to turn an entire civilization to piety. You just, if you're watching all these dragons fly over, like, holy shit, we did a really bad oopsie.
Jesus Christ, they're CR20.
Yeah, they are. They also never enter the material plane or any inner planes unless their deity says do it. They also don't serve anything aside from the deity that created it.
Yeah, so it's unlikely that Kelrus is related to this thing.
yeah, I can't
No,
really
I
see
know.
that being bloodline related.
It's just fucking hilarious. They also weigh 30,000 pounds.
Oh, of course, why wouldn't they?
I mean, that's more in fitting with Kelvis. She's kind of heavy for her size.
I'm relative dragons for my weight.
Yes.
My BMI is draconic.
Rat dragons start combat with the use of their breath weapon and divine spells. They will continue this until pressed with missile fire or magic will force them to close in. And then they go to bite, claws, and spells. And if they're still pressed, then they summon divas.
just
They
casually
want them to
summons
die.
divas.
I mean, they're clerics. Because, I mean, they're created by gods.
They're insane. I love them. I want one.
I want one. No.
You can't
Absolutely
get
not.
one. You have to be a god, and then have a dragon die, and then resurrect it.
Jeez, yeah, they have a once per day summon ability for D2 Astral Divas or D4 Monphanic Diva or Monadic Divas.
They're
Well,
amazing.
And
I love
those
them.
and those are independently like CR18, 14s, yeah. Jeez.
I mean, it's certainly not something you want to mess with.
And 100% chance of it too.
Yeah.
Let's stick with goblins.
Yeah.
I also like how its breath weapon is 20d6, and I like also it just has Might of the Gods and a
Yeah.
Holy Lance.
Might of the Gods plus 15.
I wonder when Dark's computer's gonna get fixed.
Well,
That's-
It's his
investigation.
power right now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
power's still
Yeah.
iffy.
I have to
Strange.
say, for VUK, it doesn't happen very quickly.
Wow, it happens almost instantaneously over here.
It really doesn't, honestly.
Jeez, I have an
takes
average
like a
hit
half
points
hour.
of 465
I guess it depends on what state you're in for use.
and 29 spell resistance.
They're also there since their breath weapon is from divine force, or half of the damage it's not subject to fire resistance or fire immunity, so it still hits you.
Ah, so like
So
Ragathil's fire.
they can burn down fire elementals, technically speaking.
God damn.
I love them.
I want them.
I'm gonna continue leveling up Hazel at the moment.
I'm going to work towards becoming a god so I can have some of these.
That's a lot of work.
I was just casually send them to the material plane for reasons.
Show off.
Yeah, basically.
Have them just fly over a town and watch them freak people out.
Yeah.
Don't actually
yeah.
do anything.
Oh, actually, I suppose for people who weren't here while we're kind of before session, did any of you want potions made over downtime?
I wouldn't mind having some cure light ones at all. I don't remember if that was one you listed.
Yeah, it is. I can make cure lights and cure moderates. And this is assuming that you're like come to stuff and be like, hey, I want these made. She'll be like, okay.
Hey, Sutha, can you do this for me? Why the fuck do you have a dragon? No, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
They're 2 for 1. The second one's somewhere else. Let's just call
But yeah, Shiva would probably ask for a couple. It does not hurt to have some.
In which case, feel free to subtract. I think it's 23.75 gold pieces for CO1 cure light wounds. And then it's annoying because I take off 5%, and that doesn't usually run very well. If you want cure moderate, it's 142.5 gold pieces.
I'll just take cure light. I
So
don't
that's-
know how to do math. Help.
And how many would you think of wanting?
2 or 3.
Well, 3 would be 70.5 gold. Otherwise,
I guess 2.
yeah, in which case it's 47.
Okay, I'll just subtract 50 and you get a tip, I guess.
Yay!
I don't
free
like-
gold.
I literally don't like fucking with anything. I go out of my way to make sure I never have copper or silver. There's so many things that have just been donated to charity.
Sometimes you need to buy apples. Nobody's gonna take
Yeah.
a gold for an apple.
It's
Well, I mean,
fine.
people probably will.
I want a shit ton of apples. Don't worry about it.
I mean, we did
Oh.
find out before that apples were like Shiva's ultimate weapon.
This
Oh
is true.
yes. If you
Shiva
start doing
is-
like damage with your illusions, the illusions better look like apples.
What the fuck? Don't threaten me.
I'll threaten
apple
you.
soldier.
You can't threaten her, she's got apples.
Oh god, you're right.
I have this now. It's not an illusion, but it makes me happy. Hold on, let me.
That's best.
do-
Let me. You'll see. Hold if I can go to my attacks because I'm in the wrong thing. Sorry.
Snowball.
Oh wow.
Oh, you learned your first level attacky spell. Holy shit, what's that damage?
I
Yep.
have Bloodline Intensify.
Right, okay. That explains a lot. That's a lot of damage.
It's a whole lot of oomph.
That's 90. How is it 96?
I have Bloodline Intensify.
And she has a lot of
Mhm.
charisma.
I mean, it's still only a d6 per caster, so you're effectively a 9th level caster.
It's your charisma mod. It's not your caster level.
Blood intensify is different.
Oh, blood intensify.
It's like in power but different.
Yes,
But it works off your
I
charisma
was
or
like-
strength modifier.
yeah, I was looking at it before, but it still only lifts the maximum amount, not the current
Yeah,
amount.
it's only the maximum amount. You're still capped by your caster level.
Yeah. So
You still should only be 7d6 if you're 7 levels of sorcerer.
yeah, it just means that spell could go up to 10th level, but you'd still need to be 10th level to
Maybe 9th
cast
level.
it at 10th.
Yeah, because it caps at 5d6. So yeah, it would only be 7d6. So
Yeah.
still
I
pretty
don't
good.
know, that's
for-
unfortunate, but that's a good blast still.
Yeah.
For first level spell slot as well.
I mean, I used intensified shocking grasp as Shunda's bread and butter, so I know how intensify works.
Turns out Shiva was also.
I also power leveled.
Does blood intensity work on items, or is it just spells you cast?
Spells specifically.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a meta magic, so it
Sorcerer
spells.
spells as well.
It's
Yeah, I don't think
technically
you-
not a meta magic. It's because it's from the bloodline, but yeah,
I
it
suppose
functions
it's-
like intensify. for all
Yeah.
I
intents and
suppose
purposes.
it's rare that it's ever gonna matter and be an item, is it? It's like most of the items which have spells which you go pew pew with are wands or scrolls.
I'm gonna go rip a skill off of a dragon. By the way, don't mind me. At some point.
Willingly given.
Nah, I'm ripping it off.
Nah.
Please do not be like, hey, Mustafa, you can come with me. If I could just tear a skill off a dragon and sprint away.
No, I'm not doing it now. Basically,
Okay,
okay,
right.
so,
My God.
so
I just feel like Shiva out of the corner
It's
of my eye
not
like, pointing with
happening
a pair
at
of
all.
pliers.
Shiva would never do that. But for my item right now, I have a lesser version of a spell that Tommy put on the Drake Companion rework, and I want to get the full one, but the material component on it by Raw requires a skill that's willingly bestowed upon you by your dragon. So I'm gonna go diplomatize with the dragon.
Wait, shit, did I write material or focus? I meant to be focus.
You said material component, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, no, that's what to be focused. Sorry. Oh,
Yeah, that's a
Entire-
bit.
Carl's a dragon. Does he count?
Yeah, no, Tommy,
No.
it says material.
yeah. Focus. Big old F.
How often do dragons shed? Is that recovered?
It has to be a true dragon, but I'm pretty sure Koral's also a true dragon. Can I
Dragon
get
the type
Uh,
pool. He's not true.
Yeah, no.
We're talking either like imperial, chromatic, or metallic.
Wait,
Okay.
for his
I can probably
feelings.
get Sigilda.
If a dragon's willing to like be your patron, I guess.
Do you not understand how many fucking dragons Shiva raised?
Oh, that's a good point with your background, probably.
You know,
Go-
thingy.
Oh
Session
no.
must make a killing by selling like dragon skills.
Alright. Well. Guys, you made it to the blacksmith.
Hey.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Right, so for the sake of the stream, the ETA on our DM getting his power back is about an hour to an hour and a half. So chances are this is going to be the end of the session for this week, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm still gonna
Yeah.
be hanging around because I can yammer, but
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I've got my fucking microbiology shit I need to read, so I'm sitting here. This textbook is so heavy.
sorry for your loss.
There's no comfortable way to sit with this. So I'm like, I'm leaned all the way back so it can balance on like the edge of my table.
And for class features, Hazel's first wild talent will be Kinetic Healer.
So is there anything anyone wanted to do or cover with anybody else while Dark's not here?
I have stuff to cover with Dirk, so unfortunately not really. It's a polar opposite with one person I really can cover right now is talking to Dark.
It's a shame we're not in Evermap because then we could fight each other.
Hmm.
Make up the time.
Mm-mm.
Not have our tokens on here anywhere? No, we didn't.
Nah.
Hmm.
Nah. I'm kind of sad that isn't like map tools where you can kind of select which map you want to be on.
Yeah,
And
no,
drag
this
your
just
own
has that
tokens in
power
and stuff.
controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This map
Um,
doesn't.
Rose, did you want to cover anything with Cowis now, or do you want to just leave it to text later?
probably leave it to text, since
That's
I do not
fine.
do good thinking.
Yeah, neither do I. I usually prefer text stuff. It's just seen as we're all here. No, if you want to leave it to text, that's fine. In that case, I think I'm going to shut the stream down for now. If Dark miraculously turns up in 10 minutes, I can always start it up again then.
Yeah.
That's true.
Bye,
Yep.
stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye bye.